Singapore will always have a special place in my heart as it is the first country that I traveled solo. And this year, I returned with my sister for the Eras tour. Preparing for the trip was a mix of all emotions fun, excitement, and a bit of nervousness all at once as we finally got to see Taylor Swift in flesh. So, we decided to prepare early and get to the airport early because we heard the lines were long due to the people traveling to Singapore for the Eras tour. And it was our first time flying with Singapore Airlines. We didn't have any expectations, but we had heard great things, so we didn't want to be late nonetheless. My dad and another sister dropped us off, and despite the influx of travelers heading to Singapore for Taylor Swift's concert, going through immigration was surprisingly fast. We had about 4 hours to kill before our flight, so we grabbed lunch with my sister's friend, took some pictures, and relaxed. I even managed to sneak in a nap in between. The flight in itself was incredible. Singapore Airlines lived up to its world-class reputation. The food and service were amazing. I was pretty golden bored, but I slept through most of it, catching up on the sleep I missed the night before. And then we took in our time to, really explore the amenities that it provided us. And most of the flight was really comfortable. Then we landed at the Jewel Changi International Airport. We took our time exploring because, it's no wonder it's one of the top airports in the world. After getting our SIM cards, we booked a grab to our hotel, but not before a quick detour at Jewel Changi. We got a little lost, but honestly we didn't mind. There's just so much to see there. And then we checked into our hotel, a Legal Park Hotel in Kampong Glam. It was budget friendly and perfectly located near Arab Street. That's why we chose this. It was just a 5-minute drive to the National Stadium, which was ideal for the concert. The area was packed with great restaurants and cafes, and commuting was super convenient, with bus stops right around the corner. In typical Singapore fashion, most restaurants close around midnight, but we found a 24-hour spot, Fortune Lock Restaurant, where we grabbed dumplings and a beer to wind down after a long day. That's it for day 1. Day 2 started with a DIY adventure. We hopped on a bus to Chinatown, which wasn't far from our hotel. It drizzled quite a bit, but nothing major. I took my sister and her friend to my favorite brunch spot, which is the Nanyang Old Coffee. This is the oldest branch of the coffee shop, and the coffee here is just amazing. Rich, authentic Singaporean flavors. And then after brunch, we took some chit-chat and we decided to plan out our DIY trip for the day. We walked around Clarke Quay, explored the city, crossed the bridge, and headed to Raffles City for some shopping. We hit up Sephora and Dior for some beauty essentials and browsed through different perfume stores as well, just taking in the vibe like Maison Francisco John, not to buy the Baccarat Rouge but the new Aros. Later, we returned to the hotel to change before heading to the National Stadium to pick up some merch. The bus ride to the hotel was really, a new experience. So we realized that the weather in Singapore was quite unpredictable as well because, it started pouring down. That's why we were also wet and we had to refresh at the hotel because we didn't have our umbrella there. Since we purchased VIP tickets to the show, we got our merch early. And the merch is actually separate from the general merch. So after picking up our VIP items, we joined the general merch line. It was quite long, but definitely worth it. My sister and I grabbed a couple of shirts and a blue pullover that we both love. We thought that the line was too long to handle, but thank God we were able to survive that with, the help of the other Swifties. It was quite fun because we were singing along with Taylor Swift singing in the background. We could literally hear the concert happening that day while we were in line. After about an hour and a half in line, we were done. Back to the hotel for a quick refresh and outfit change. I wore my new black Eras Tour shirt because I was so excited to use it, and which I really love more than the beige one. Then we went to Haji Lane to grab some dinner to cap off the night. It was a Mexican cuisine, so yeah, we actually had quite a lot because the last meal that we had was during our brunch at Nanyang Old Coffee. So that's it for day 2. And here comes the big day. We kick off by catching up with some friends. So I had to go separate ways with my sister this morning because I had to meet with my high school friends, Camille. So I met up with Camille, a high school friend at Craftsman Specialty Coffee in Clarke Quay. After brunch and some reminiscing, some nostalgic conversations, we toured around the Arab Street and snapped a few photos. I even ended up wearing a royal gown at a Turkish shop we stumbled upon. It was, fun and spontaneous as well. It was actually the Turkish guy, owner of the shop, that insisted that I wear that. I don't know, maybe just for the heck of it, I did it. So, yes, it was pretty unique for me. And the gown was really, amazing. It was magnificent. Later that day, I met another friend, my former boss at my previous job in Singapore, Michelle, at Two Bakers on Horn Road. It was just a one bus ride away from where Camille and I separate ways, so it was really a quick trip. We had a relaxed lunch, chatted, and enjoyed some downtime before the real highlight of the trip, the Eras Tour. It was a day packed with good food, great company, and pure excitement leading up to the big show. But first, I will let you guys enjoy Sabrina Carpenter and the Taylor Swift.
Dancing queen, feel the beat from the tambourine. And you can dance, you can try, having the time of your life. See that girl, watch that scene, singing, digging,
And that's a wrap. What an unforgettable journey. Singapore, you've been nothing short of magical. From exploring the cultural richness of Chinatown to marveling at the futuristic gardens by the bay, this city has a way of weaving together tradition and innovation, just like a perfectly crafted story. And then there was the Eras Tour. Taylor Swift in Singapore. It felt like the ultimate soundtrack to this adventure. The energy, the lights, and the music, it all made every moment feel like a dream come to life. It reminded me of how every era, both in music and in life, has its own special rhythm, its own lessons, and its own kind of magic. This city has shown me that there's so much beauty in the contrast, in the moments of excitement and stillness, of discovering new places while holding on to the familiar, much like the art of storytelling. Singapore has been a journey of its own, one I'll cherish forever. Thank you so much for coming along on this adventure with me. Don't forget, every story, every journey, and every era we'll live through has something extraordinary to teach us. Until the next adventure, keep writing your story and embracing every moment. I'll see you in the next chapter.